training, you said every shirt's available. Specifically, we just talked to Alex Harris, whom you said you told had earned the shirt in the game should he have a good week of training. Has he had a good week of training?
He has, and so have the group. Everyone's been excellent this week. Been exactly the response I wanted. So really pleased with the guys, and now we're ready for a big performance of the weekend, which we have to deliver. A better version of ourselves for sure.
What was the message coming into training this week ahead of the home opener?
There was a lot of messages, so I'm not sure all of them that I can share. No, we have to be a better version of ourselves. We have to show our identity, show the football that we want to play, but also bring the intensity that we have brought the whole of pre-season that we didn't bring against Seattle. So that's the biggest focus going into the Portland game.
Matt, was it more this week positive reinforcement, like, hey guys, we did this well? Or was it more breakdown of the weekend? Combination of both?
Yeah. No, it wasn't positive reinforcement. No, it wasn't. It was the truth. It was the reality of the performance the other day. It was us being honest and transparent, which we have been for good and for bad. And then it was also about analysing the solutions. How do we improve? What didn't we do that we need to do? In all facets of the game, we didn't press well enough. We didn't defend the middle of the pitch well enough. With the ball, our process was as bad as it's ever been. So all of those things have to improve. We've shown the guys. We've worked on it this week, and we've had a couple of excellent days of training.
Obviously, you mentioned that it's all facets, and there's, you said the same thing in the post game, but just how much is setting that press in and kind of setting the tone with your press? How important is that to just kind of letting all the other things fall into place? Yeah,
I think it's making sure that different elements of our game don't detract from the other. So our build-up was so poor, and we got stuck in phase one, obviously so often for the majority of the first half. And whilst that's frustrating, what's more frustrating is it detracted from our press. So every time we had a chance to assert ourselves physically in the game, we didn't do it. And that came from the disappointment with the ball. So we can't allow that to happen. So that's been a lot of the feedback this week.
Coach, one of the things that you mentioned out of the many things on Saturday was the build-up play through the middle, and we had a chance to go ahead and speak with Paxton here just a minute ago, and we heard his thoughts. What are some of the things that you went ahead and addressed this week to go ahead and build on that?
Listen, it was a combination of factors. It was like the first thing build-up starts with his personality and the personality to play, and we didn't have the personality that we showed against Orlando, so that was frustrating. Then it's about the process. It's about understanding how the opponent's pressing. Where's the free man? So first half they only jumped with one midfielder, so we had a 2v1 in the middle of the pitch, but we never found it, we never used it, but that was because we were playing so central. I don't think our fullbacks touched the ball in the first half, so we didn't make the right process at all to find the spare man. That obviously makes things sticky. You stay in your half of the pitch way too often, and that affects everything. You don't have a chance to create chances, you're not progressing up the pitch. Your danger players aren't touching the ball nearly enough. The territory's all with the opponent, so even if you're keeping the ball away from them, they're still one regain away from a big opportunity on your goal. So it was as bad as it has been the whole of pre-season, but this is part of the process. As I say, I was more disappointed with the personality element and the courage element as opposed to the tactical element, because that's stuff you can address at half time. Like I said, I've been here 4.5 weeks or 5 weeks now, so there's no way tactically we're going to be anywhere near we want. We're not going to be that in 5 months because of the complexity of how we play. So for me, it's about analysing those things, showing the guys how to improve, making sure at the weekend we turn up with the right level of courage, personality, belief in our football, belief that we can dominate games, and then hopefully the stuff we've done this week also improves the process, and then those two things go hand in hand and we have a good performance against Portland.
Coach, one of the biggest storylines this weekend is going to be the return of the Colorado kid, Cole Bassett, a player you know and a player that now knows you and the rest of the players in the system. What will that matchup be like for you with Cole in the opposition?
I think the same as any other player. I think what's great for Cole is obviously it'll be a great occasion for him to come here. He'll have a massive point to prove and he'll love playing here. So I think Cole and the rest of their team, they have some top players, so we have to make sure we're organised tactically, which we've done a little bit of today. But the key for me is the intensity. I know I've said it before, but we have to turn up from minute 1 to minute 95 with the right level of intensity. That's the crucial aspect for us.
Of those top players, Anthony seemed to have the Rapids number last season. Do you have a plan for him?
I wouldn't say a specific plan for him. I'd say a specific plan for how we attack the game, how we press, how we control their movements. They're very good on the sides of the pitch. They're doing a couple of new things tactically this season, which they didn't do last season. So be interested in how much of that was a specific game plan from the last game, or is that a new direction they're going in? So all of that stuff we have to be prepared for. And as I say, we've done a little bit of that today. We'll continue our work tomorrow, how we sort of attack them, how we build up the game. But the main thing is we turn up with the personality, the courage, the belief, the intensity to play our game, and then we can beat anyone.
Matt, kind of a follow-up there, but like, if you wouldn't mind, does Portland, do they offer anything anything, a different challenge necessarily, or is it all in-house? Like you said, we need to
Yeah. Yeah, I think the main thing's in-house, but yeah, they definitely, every team attacks in a different way, presses in a different way, so all of them have slightly different challenges, and like I say, we'll be prepared for that, but the main aspect, you're exactly right, is that we bring ourselves to the pitch, our identity to the pitch. That's the crucial aspect for me.
You know, we're 48 hours away from you finally getting on.
I know,
the
yeah.
stadium's right there.
Yeah.
You're obviously feeling the climate.
Yeah.
Just how excited are you to be able to see what your system can
Yeah.
do to impose on opponents when they come to the Colorado home?
I'll definitely be excited when I can have a bottle of water, because the throat's in a bit of trouble. No, I'm excited. I had a fan event last night, and it was great to meet a couple of the fans down at downtown, and to speak to them and feel their excitement, their energy for the season. And yeah, I was really impressed with the way they spoke and their ideas, and even their interpretation of the game the other night. I think they understand what we're doing here, and there has to be an element of patience, of course, but we also have to hold up our end of the bargain and bring our intensity at the weekend, and I'm confident we'll do that.
Ahead of Seattle, you said you didn't expect to get any sleep staying up thinking about the lineup. Will you get any sleep tomorrow night thinking about the lineup against Portland?
No, listen, that's been ongoing this week, and I'll be honest, I'm still a long way away from knowing the final 11. I like to see training. I'm a big believer in that. I like to see the way the guys turn up. I like to look in their eyes. I like to feel their energy, and that'll continue tomorrow morning when I see them at breakfast. And we do the final team meeting around our preparation with the ball. I'm always big on eye contact and just feeling the energy of the group, and that stuff all feeds into the decisions that I make. So yeah, a lot of decisions still to be taken. A lot of good performances this week in training. There was a lot of underwhelming performances against Seattle, so yeah, difficult challenge for me to work out how much to change, how much to keep consistent, and also to reward the guys who came off the bench and made a massive impact on the day. So all of those things will come into it, and yeah, definitely two sleepless nights to come.
Have you gotten to head down to the Grizzly Rose to see some country music, or even just take a beat for yourself? Somewhat in Denver now?
There's literally been none of that at all. I feel like I'm getting busier. I think because of the games and because of the amount I like to analyse, and obviously a shorter turnaround from the Seattle game. So yeah, going back through that game a couple of times, obviously I watch it without the emotion first, but then I'll watch it again in terms of feedback, what I deliver to the players. Then I'm having to plan the team meeting, deliver the team meeting. We've done 2 of them. We did 1 yesterday, but it was so long I had to continue another one today. Plus then the Portland preparation as well, plus then some more Portland preparation tomorrow. So there's not been too much time to get out line dancing. Or my wife and daughter are over now, which is lovely, but I didn't even get home to see them last night. So hopefully this evening I'll get to go and see them, but that's been the extent of my socialising so far.
With how analytical you are, what does a post-game film review session look like for you?
They're all different. Everyone has different. This one was long, way longer than I would ever want it to be. But that was deliberate. There was so much to cover from the game. I had so much feedback to give, and there was so many aspects of the game that contributed to our poor performance that I felt like we had to cover all of them. And we also used some best practice from some other teams around the world that we like to look at and represent the sort of identity that we want to put on the pitch. So I showed them some of that as well. So as well as many individual meetings off the back of the game. I think there were a lot of performances that surprised me, but also surprised the guys. So it's good to check in with them, get their thoughts on the game and their understanding. So it's important to understand how the players feel. So all of that's gone into the feedback. And the main thing is it puts us in a better position for the weekend to deliver who we are.